Good evening. I'd like to call to order our regular scheduled council meeting for Monday, October 8th, 2018 at 7 p.m. Our first order of business is our opening ceremony, which consists of the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for those service members that have given their lives while defending our country. Would everybody please stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, please be seated. Deputy Clerk Massey, can you take the roll, please?
Mayor Walker.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Jacobs.
Here.
Councilmember Lynch. Here. Councilmember Squires. Here. Councilmember Earl.
Here.
Councilmember McCarge. Here. Councilmember Kerwin. Here.
Okay, next is item 4, approval of the agenda with the recognition for Ms. Bettis is going to be moved to the next meeting due to a scheduling conflict.
Mayor,
Councilmember Lynch.
I move for the approval of the agenda for Monday, October 8th, 2018, 7 p.m., with the removal of number 5.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Squires. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes 7-0. Moving on to item 6, community events. I'm going to call up Ms. Stoll, DDA Director.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to throw in one last plug for the chili cook-off this Saturday. Looks like the weather's going to be good, so it's going to be hopping down at the farmer's market. It unofficially begins at 11 o'clock. Chili will go on sale at noon to 5. We should have enough chili. We've got 24 teams right now, so we haven't run out of chili in a couple of years now since we increased their production. But we've got wagon rides that will take you from the chili cook-off down here to the fire and police department open houses. Those will run until 3 o'clock, courtesy of Santu and Sons. And we have live entertainment, beer tent, lots of food, lots of stuff for the kids to do, the hot rods, the motorcycle show. So make sure you come on down. And then immediately following the chili cook-off from 5 to 11, it's a benefit to benefit the Garden City Goodfellows. There's an afterburn party, and we've got 6 different bands playing throughout the night. Again, there'll be food, liquid refreshments, and a lot of fun. So that benefits the Goodfellows. The chili cook-off, just to remind everybody, does benefit 4 local charities: our home pantry, the Straight Farmhouse, the Garden City Goodfellows, and United Needy Family, and those are all Garden City charities that help Garden City families. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stoll.
I brought some information if anybody wants that.
Okay, I don't see anybody here from the county or the state, so we'll move on. There's no petitions or communications tonight, no public hearing. We'll go to item 10, the consent agenda.
Mayor?
Councilmember Lynch.
I move for the approval of the consent agenda, items 10A, 1A1.
Support.
Support from Councilmember McCarge. Any comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, it passes 7-0. Okay, moving on to our B action items. B1, Fire Prevention Week Resolution.
Mayor,
Councilmember Squires.
I move to adopt a resolution observing the week of October 7th through 13th, 2018 as Fire Prevention Week in the city of Garden City, and authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents related to this resolution.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Kerwin. Any comments from the table? Chief Harmon, did you want to say anything, or we good on this? Okay. From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passes 7-0. Item 2, DDA Executive Director Contract.
Mayor?
Councilmember Lynch.
I move to approve the contract for the DDA Director as approved by the DDA Board of Trustees.
Support.
Support from Councilmember McCarge. Mr. Boland from the DDA, did you want to come up and say a few words?
Good evening. My name is Bruce Boland. I am the Vice Chairman of the Garden City Downtown Development Authority. I'm here to recognize Ms. Dole in her ability to be the Director of the Downtown Development Authority. Her contract is a new renewable contract that is a 3-year contract from April 2018 to April 2021. This particular contract, the board unanimously voted to support this contract and hire her for the next 3 years. We understand her ability, her skill, her dedication to the board and this community. So we would like this contract to be approved by council so she can continue on with the efforts that she's shown within the last 3 years for the next 3 years.
Okay.
So
Any comments from the table?
Just one, just for the general public. If something changes, there is an option that either the DDA board or Ms. Dole herself could opt out of the contract, correct?
yes, ma'am. This is something that, we're aware of, and hopefully for our sake, I mean, she has been a tremendous employee and committed and puts a lot of time in to represent the DDA and also this community when she goes about other types of events. But yes, there is that option.
Any other comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, passes 7-0. Item 3, Wayne County Assessing Contract Renewal.
Mayor,
Councilmember Squires.
I move to approve the renewal of the assessing contract with WCA Assessing and authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents.
Support.
Supported by Councilmember Kerwin. This is a 3-year contract renewal. Any comments from the table? From the general public?
I'm assuming this is not one of those like they did a few years ago. This is just where they come through and redid everything?
They're the ones that do the assessing for tax
Yeah, I know. They
purposes.
did it years ago, too. They come by and they redid everything. And I don't know where they come from, but I can tell you right now, they didn't know what they were doing. They tried to assess me for a 6-inch overhang because my roof sticks out 6 inches further than the dormer. And I'm not happy with them. You guys might be, but I'm not, because they didn't know what they were doing.
Okay.
Anybody knows with any sense, you can't set a dormer on the edge of a roof, it'll fall off. You have to set it on where the support is. So I'm not happy with them.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Doherty, did you want to say anything on?
I think he was probably referring to a residential reappraisal. This is for a complete scope of services, not specifically for residential reappraisal. Same company.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is something we don't have in-house services. Wayne County got out of the business many years ago. WCA is the biggest player in the area, pretty much have all the cities around. So it's an efficient task being done. by
And they have to
outside
be
organizations.
certified to...
Oh, yes.
To do that, so.
Yeah, it's a specialty industry.
Yeah.
Okay, any other comments from the table, from the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passes 7-0. Item 4, supplemental appropriation for Wayne County Parks millage.
Mayor?
Councilmember Lynch.
I move to approve the supplemental appropriation from the Wayne County's Parks millage, both revenue and expenses, which is $15,726, going from one to the other.
Support. Support from Councilmember Earl. Mr. Plamondon, Parks Director, you want to come up? Say a few words on this? This is grant money that we're moving to make improvements in the park, on the ball fields, correct?
Correct. Good evening, everyone. So tonight's approval of the supplemental appropriation will be adding expenditures and revenues to the existing Parks Millage line item in the budget. We have 2 projects that are currently in the works. One of them is the Fit Court project at City Park, as everyone is aware of. And we are currently out for bid right now on ball field improvements of the youth fields at Moeller, in addition to the 2 kids fields at City Park. So this money that the Garden City residents pay into will just make that adjustment in the budget, which is all reimbursable.
Very good. Any other comments from the table, from the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that passes 7-0. Now we have the Parks and Recreation Master Plan.
Mayor?
Oh, no, hang on a minute. Intergovernmental Agreement,
Yes.
Garden City Parks.
Mayor?
Councilmember Lynch.
I move to approve the attached intergovernmental agreement between the Charter County of Wayne and the City of Garden City, authorizing the use of Wayne County Parks millage dollars to be allocated towards the Fit Court project at City Park and improvements to Moeller and City Park baseball fields, and to authorize the Parks and Recreation Director to authorize all necessary documents.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Kerwin. Any comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that passes 7-0. Thank you, Mr. Kwan. Oh, you may want to stay up for this one. Item 6, Parks and Recreation Master Plan Agreement.
Mayor,
Councilmember Kerwin.
motion to approve the attached proposal from McKenna Associates for administration and project oversight of the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, with the amount not to exceed $23,100, and to authorize the Parks and Recreation Director to execute all necessary documents.
Support.
Support from Councilmember McCarge. Comments from the table?
Mayor,
Councilmember McCarge.
when they're doing the master plan, this is really a good time for all the residents to get involved. There's a survey that is online. Could you say a little bit more about that, Mr. Plamondon?
Yep, absolutely. So with the assistance of McKenna, we have a survey that's posted online as we speak. It's through SurveyMonkey. There's a link on the city's website under the Parks and Recreation tab. I believe there'll be a featured call-out section on the city's website inviting the community to fill out that survey online. It takes about 5-10 minutes. And again, just to further the comments, we want to gather as much input and as many comments as possible on the direction for the next master plan. So
Will you be having hearings?
we will, absolutely, yep. And that survey is open currently all the way through Wednesday, October 24th. So if anybody's interested in filling that out, they have till the 24th.
So this is the time, especially the groups, the different athletic groups especially, because they do really have an interest in our athletic programs and fields, et cetera. It's time for them to get online and to take the survey. And, but also all those families to let us know what they want to see in recreation in Garden City.
And we do have some focus group meetings that'll be held on Tuesday, October 23rd. We will be meeting with all the special interest groups for the athletic organizations, in addition to the Rec Commission. And with the suggestion from McKenna, they also suggested that we still meet with the Commission on Aging, since they were an integral part of the master plan for many years, and the recent one. So we'll be doing that on Monday, the 22nd, with the senior coordinator and the Commission on Aging.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Mayor, I'd like to point out also that Councilwoman McCarty is asking some good questions because this is one of her goals this past year as the council met in late fall about moving forward, and it was the opportunity to get some more DNR grants of updating the master plan. So good for her bringing that up and Dan moving forward on it.
Well, actually, I think it was Councilman Earl that really was pushing for this. And I know that it's a good thing to have the master plan, but I know back when I retired from Parks and Rec, this city did not have the funds to do this. And this is something that needs to be done professionally. So I'm glad to see our community a little more financially able to do this and to move forward. And a lot of the grants were matching grants. So, you know, when you don't have any money to match, then, you know, so it's all coming in place now, and I'm really am pleased to see the master plan. I know I did one just before I left, and it was no good because everything changed. So it was not good at all. So it will be this time.
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, passes 7-0. Item 7, purchase of 2 police patrol vehicles.
Mayor,
Councilmember Jacobs.
I move to authorize the purchase of 2 2019 Dodge Charger police vehicles at a state bid price of $23,806.50 from Galena's Van Dyke Dodge, and to further authorize the city manager or his designee to execute any documents required to complete this transaction.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Kerwin. Chief, did you want to say anything on this, or? No? We're good. Okay, any other comments from the table? From the general public?
You guys need to buy a new one, huh?
2 new police cars, yes, sir.
How many you got now?
Well, they run,
New one.
they run 24 hours a day.
Oh, yeah, sitting in the parking lot.
Okay,
In the parking lot.
okay. Thank you, Mr. Bacco. Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, passes 7-0. Item 8, DPS pickup truck replacement.
Mayor.
Councilmember Earl.
I move to approve the purchase of 4 F-250 pickup trucks from Signature Ford, Lincoln, and Hoekstra Truck Equipment of Owasso, Michigan, in the amount of $140,478.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Lynch. These are desperately needed for the DPS department. They are driving some old vehicles, and they've been long overdue for some new ones, so.
Mayor, just to add on to what you're saying, 2 of these trucks will have a straight snow blade, and 2 of them will be included with a V-plow. So
Yeah.
we're going to be getting a lot of use out of them this winter.
Absolutely. Any other comments from the table?
Mayor,
From-
you know, when I retired, everything was so tight, I mean, it was almost a matter, you didn't want to buy a pencil. And so when I looked at this on the agenda, I went, oh, you know, 4 vehicles. But then when I looked and saw 1997 truck, I mean, a 2000 truck, I mean.
We definitely got our money's worth out of those vehicles. I
We
mean,
got our money out of it, and they definitely need new trucks. So I'm really pleased that they're moving forward with this.
Okay, any other comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. Item 9, the Toolcat utility work machine for DPS.
Mayor,
Councilmember Jacobs.
I move to approve the purchase of a Toolcat 5610 utility work machine with attachments from Carlton Equipment Company of Livonia, Michigan, in the amount of $66,697.18.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Earl. This is one of those 4-wheel vehicles with the brush on the front where they can do all the sidewalks really fast at all the city buildings, and it also has a salter on the back of it. So that's what this will be used for primarily, and cleaning up the dirt out of the streets on water main breaks. The brush can throw it back up onto the grass area. So that's what this purchase is for. Any other comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, hearing none, that passes 7-0. Item 10, Fire Department Ford Explorer. Councilmember Lynch.
I move to approve the purchase of a Ford Explorer XLT from North Brothers Ford of Westland, Michigan, in the amount of $32,219.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Kerwin. Comments from the table on this?
Mayor?
Councilmember Lynch.
This particular vehicle will be replacing the 2005 Chevy Blazer. So again, we're getting a lot of use out of our vehicles.
Okay, any other comments from the table? From the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. And last but not least, item 11, Fire Department Ford Escape.
Mayor,
Councilmember Kerwin.
motion to approve the purchase of a Ford Escape SE from North Brothers Ford of Westland, Michigan, in the amount of $22,831.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Jacobs. This is going to be the fire marshal's vehicle, correct?
Currently, we have the 2001 Crown Vic, and each of these vehicles will be sold at a sealed bid auction. So we're getting them again, the older ones, but as we hire a fire marshal within the next week, I believe it'll be announced. These vehicles will take a few months to get in here, but that will be our fire marshal car for the next decade or plus.
We drive around, do all the inspection of the commercial vehicle buildings.
These are to go around to all the spots.
Again, that's replacing a 2001 vehicle. Any other comments from the table, from the general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it passes 7-0. Well, we bought some vehicles tonight. Okay, we're going to move on to public comments. This is for items that were not on the agenda. If you want to speak, you come up to the podium, state your name. There is a 3-minute time limit. It's not the time to ask questions, go back and forth with council members. It's your opportunity to make a comment or a statement. Council may answer you later on the round table, or if there's an answer that you want, you can leave your name and phone number with our deputy clerk, and we will definitely call you back, but this is not the time to engage in back and forth in conversation. 3-minute time limit, anybody wishing to speak? Yes, sir.
All that stuff kind of got me nervous for a minute. My name is Anthony Leitz. I currently work at Douglas Elementary. I'm a product of Garden City. I just want to invite you all. I spoke with Dan from Parks and Rec. He's going to be helping me out. This is our 9th annual Wings on Fire charity hockey game for my good friend Robbie Spellman. He's from Garden City. He had cerebral palsy. And basically, this is an event that every year I try to find someone or people with the event kind of let me know of a child that's going through something throughout the year. This year we're going to be helping out a kid battling cancer. His mother lost her job in Farmington Hills where there's also a food pantry, and she's unable to actually help out there because she's been trying to get him to his chemo appointments, fighting a brain tumor. Not his brain, yeah, brain tumor. Both teams are from Garden City and Wayne. It's all players that played on either team. Jake Minch, that's actually with our police forces on my team. And so again, every year we just try to have a memorable night for people and their families in the Garden City and Wayne communities to remember Robbie's life and help someone any way they can. And that'll be at Garden City Arena. We're also going to try to kind of promote Garden City youth hockey. Being a Garden City student growing up and then, you know, counseling at the elementary, there's not as many kids playing the game. So I would love to help out any way I can. I'm also the director and writer of the short film 22 that was mentioned when bringing attention to Michael Pack and Elise Made, who are also my friends. That's a film based on Robbie's story, and that's going to be premiering at Canton Imagine Theater this December. And that was all shot in Garden City. I plan on raising the funds to get a plaque and hopefully with talks to Memorial having that field dedicated to Robbie. And then next month I'll probably be back here. I do the Giving Tree at Douglas Elementary where businesses and individuals can donate toys for our children in need. So I work with social skills at our school, so a lot of kids who are don't have good home lives, I'm the one they kind of go to. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing here, and thanks for your time.
What's the date of the hockey game?
The date is going to be December 8th. That's a Saturday, 6 p.m. We'll be getting all that on the website. I have a website that will probably be a link, so you can catch up on all the other stuff. But that's our 9th one. I started it when I was in college in Florida, right after high school graduation. It's kind of grown through the years. Some of the people we've actually honored, the children, some are still living with those conditions. One girl actually passed away the next year as winter break started over at Douglas. And, you know, every year it seems like there's something wrong that happens as we're getting there. So if you pray, we would appreciate those prayers. So.
Do you have the website address?
The website is my name, Anthony Lietz, LIETZ.com, and I'll have info on that this week. And it'll also be on the Garden City Ice Arena page. So.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yep, thank you.
Appreciate it. Anybody else?
Good morning, Mr. Mayor and members of the council and city officials. I'm Charles Murphy of the Clark Hill Law Firm, representing Garden City Real Estate Partners. This has to do with the medical marijuana ordinance. I didn't have the honor of being here on the 24th of September. My partner was here. My wife took me on a vacation because that was my birthday. But we did file an appeal on our application. Our members include the owners of Schaefer Screw Products, and we're looking at a vacant parcel of land next to their building. And you'll wind up hearing our appeal on the fact that we filed our application prior to the moratorium, but I'm not here to address that issue. Our investigation shows that 2 of the applications or applicants that were grandfathered in should be investigated and revoked. The first one relates to 32841 Park Lane. That's located within 481 feet of St. Matthew Lutheran School. That's a K through 8 school and a preschool learning center. Obviously, under the ordinance, it's unlawful to operate or establish a medical marijuana facility within 500 feet of a primary school or a preschool center. And under your ordinance, no waivers of that spacing requirement are permitted. So that's an issue. We included materials, including a Google distance map, in our appeal that we filed earlier today. The second applicant, and I won't name names, is 5848 Hubbard. The applicant was Trustworthy Holistic Centers, and that was filed in an individual's name. That individual has a disqualifying felony conviction in the Oakland County Circuit Court from July 2011 for possession of controlled substances. The case actually started in 2008, but there were a series of failures to appear, arrest warrants, bench warrants, and ultimately the court revoked a Section 7411 deferral, which resulted in a felony conviction for that individual. It's our understanding that that individual is attempting to sell or transfer the interest in that application. He's the only person that appears on the application. Under the Facilities Licensing Act,
30 seconds.
You have to be approved in advance of a sale or transfer, and it would be in the city's interest to make sure you control who's operating a facility like that. No potential purchaser or buyer has filed an application prior to the moratorium. So we thought the city would be interested in that information, and I'm going to be providing some additional information with respect to the felony conviction. But thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Good evening. My name is Laura Ross. I happen to own the company he's speaking of, and the person he's talking of is no longer with our business, has not been for a year and a half, is not on the state application. So I just want to let you know, it's just me, and I have never been in trouble with the law. I have no felony convictions, nor does my partner. So I just wanted to clear that up.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple quick updates. Hubbard Road should be done next week. We're looking at possibly even the end of this week with the final layer of asphalt, along with James and Cambridge. They're being done at the same time. Marquette sectioning is ongoing. I believe one side of the road's been done at this point, so that should be continuing for the next month or so, sectioning on Marquette. But Hubbard, James, and Cambridge, hopefully within the next week, will be done for the foreseeable future. And that's it.
Okay. Councilmember McCarthy.
In regards to the comments made about the marijuana thing, I just want to let people know the City of Garden City is not the licensing agent. We don't give licenses. The state of Michigan does, I believe. Is that correct? Yeah, the state of Michigan is the one who does the license. So, but other than that, I hope to see everyone at the chili cook-off. Probably need a sweatshirt, but that's okay. That's what's good chili weather. So hope to see everyone Saturday.
Councilmember Kerwin.
The 2018 Skeletons on Review are at the Straight Farmhouse. It's a free event. It's great to take your family to, your kids, walk around and take a look at everything there in the skeletons. It's at 6221 Merriman Road. And like I said, there's no charge for the event. And it's began October 3rd. And that's it.
Councilmember Lynch.
Yes. A reminder, tomorrow is the last day to register to vote in the November election. So if you haven't already done so, you can run right up to City Hall tomorrow until what time? 4 o'clock?
We're open until 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And get registered. Halloween skate at the Garden City Ice Arena is going to be held on Saturday, October 27th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. All ages are welcome. Tickets went on sale on October 1st. I assume there's still a few tickets left, Mr. Plamaden? Awesome. It says, break in the Halloween costume early. Bring your friends to the Garden City Ice Rink for a night of ice skating, food, drinks, music, candy. The arena will all be decked out like you've never seen it before. Tickets are $10 a piece and include skate rental, goodie bags of candy and treats, and complimentary cider and donuts. And then I, too, can't wait to see everybody at the Chili Cook-Off this week, Saturday, along with the firefighters open house Saturday as well. It's going to be a busy day in Garden City.
The police department is also having an
that's
open
right.
house. So open house at the police station and the firehouse.
That's right.
Is that cells in the building?
Councilmember Jacobs.
Mr. Doherty, I have a question for you. On last year when we did Craig from Cherry Hill to Marquette, the grass that was replaced, there's a lot of dead grass. Is that something still under warranty, or is that something the homeowner has to deal with, or?
I'll have to check in that for you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'm not sure. At this period of time, probably not
Okay, because
under
it's just
warranty at this
patches,
point.
it's not.
I checked into that last year, and it was already done.
Okay.
I'll get a report back to you.
Okay, thank you. And again, the chili cook-off, I know one of the teams well, and they usually have a lot of chili, and it's pretty good. So hopefully everybody will be there.
Thank you. Councilmember Squires.
Yes. If you haven't gotten your flu shot yet, Walgreens is going to be at Maplewood Senior Center Community Room at 31735 Maplewood on October 10th, 2018, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Just bring your medical card and your driver's license. And that's it. Thank you.
Councilmember Earl.
Yeah, October 25th from 5:30 to 7 is the trunk or treat. So anybody that's interested, it's a very successful event, a safe way to take your kids trick or treating. So I look forward to that, and I obviously look forward to the chili cook-off. I'll be up there supporting the PTA and getting hit in the face with pies. So stop on by and throw a pie. That's it.
Big target.
You got a lineup already.
I go first.
Okay, Deputy Clerk Massey, do you have anything?
In addition to letting people know that tomorrow is indeed the last day to register to vote, I wanted to let everybody know that absentee ballots were mailed out on Friday. So with today being a federal holiday, they should be getting them in the mail tomorrow if they didn't get them over the weekend. And we are in need of election workers, qualified people. Come see me tomorrow at City Hall and work the election as an election worker. That's all I have.
Okay. And
You sent out the absentee ballots. Can people apply for an absentee ballot yet?
Yes, yes, you still can, up until the day of the election.
Okay. Thank you.
okay. One thing I have, same thing, come on out Saturday to the chili cook-off, fire and police department open house. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to go into closed session to discuss medical marijuana, a grievance, and city manager review.
So moved.
Supported by Councilmember Jacobs. Roll call, please.
Mayor Walker,
Aye.
Councilmember Kerwin. Aye. Councilmember McCarge.
Aye.
Councilmember Earl.
Aye.
Councilmember Squires.
Aye.
Councilmember Lynch.
Aye.
Councilmember Jacobs.
Aye.
Okay, at this time, we're going to recess to go into closed session. Thank you.